We're on the road with the French army heading between two cities that have been essentially secured, although there are parts of this road which aren't considered 100% secure. And so they're keeping all eyes on the road. They have an engineering team ahead watching for things like IEDs. There are, of course, many people who are coming out as we drive through these villages waving and cheering, Vive la France, vive les Français, thank you to France, for coming in and essentially over the past 3+ weeks driving the Islamist rebels who had come in and taken over so much of this country out of the cities and into more of the rough scrub. I mean, you take a look out here, they're being pushed even further north, back into the hills, back into the desert, and away from some of the bigger cities. Come back here and you'll see, you get an idea of some of the smaller villages in behind the vehicle that we're driving in. Here's one, people living inside mud huts. It's a very traditional way of life in these more rural areas of Mali. But for our purposes, we are now headed to the city of Gao, which was held for quite some time by the Islamist rebels, and we've been hearing stories from people about mistreatment that they received. They forbid women from going to the market, she says, and if we did, they would whip us. At some point, and probably soon, the French military will really want to begin to hand over responsibility for all of this to the Malians and to West African peacekeepers. But for now, you really do need a Western military, a Western army with heavy equipment, with eyes in the sky, who can come and do what is essentially necessary to drive a force out. That's what we're seeing on the ground. It's a long drive for all of these soldiers, probably 12+ hours today. And that comes after a similar day yesterday, and then they'll just have to keep doing it all over again. David Common, CBC News, on the road between Sévaré and Gao in northern Mali.